So I have to mute sometimes because I cough and then right before we start the show. So I have to make sure that we're doing that. So welcome everybody to Breakfast Steaks. I need to put a jingle or something together at the beginning of
Yeah.
this show. So I got to work. That's my homework to myself this week. But welcome everybody. My name is Ed, also known as the Dadhead. With me, I got the mayor, Mr. Donnie Weiss. We are here. We're going to be talking about anything and everything that is Carolina specific sports, all right? South in North Carolina. This is your show, okay? We're going to be here every Monday morning at 6 a.m. to talk about what happened over the weekend with Carolina sports. The biggest thing that we can talk about this weekend, and we're going to get into it, is the Carolina Panthers, my friend. They did some good things this weekend.
Yes, they did.
So I was actually watching that game while I was doing some cleaning in the house. I was doing laundry and all that. So that's the game that I was watching along with the rest of it because I watched the Red Zone. I don't know about you, but I watched the Red Zone channel now instead of just one game. I don't know why. It's been a couple of years now since I can't remember the last time I watched a full NFL game. The Red Zone channel has really done a really good job for me. What's going on, Phil? How are you? Enjoy your vacation, my friend. 2 weeks of no school. I don't know why you're up. You should be going back to bed, my friend.
I'll be sleeping
thank
in.
you for being here, man. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that, my friend. I appreciate that. So, yeah. How was the weekend for you, my friend?
It was good. We had stuff. It seemed like the whole time. We had family over on Saturday. They came over about noon. We had the bowl games and stuff on throughout the day. We did all our normal stuff with Rhonda's aunt and uncle and cousin down from Asheville.
Yeah.
So long day with them. Friday night, same thing, just kind of watching football and stuff. Just
some good football, baby.
Just a busy weekend of sports. In fact, I think I got up Saturday morning, and I was trying to find my soccer matches, and they weren't starting till later. She's like, "You're just so obsessed with sports lately." I'm like, "What? Yeah,
duh.
Hello."
When was the last? Where have you been?
I think it just gets her that I've gotten into soccer now, and it's like she's trying to get the house clean and ready for her family, and I'm trying to find a soccer game. She's like, let's get this done. So, but my soccer games weren't on yet anyway. So
one of them was on.
One of them was on. Yeah, the one was on Saturday morning. I did miss that one. I didn't get to watch any of my soccer actually this weekend.
That's a good question. Good question, and good morning to you, Sharon, as well. What's going on, Mario?
Hey, Mario.
Everybody, again, this is the Breakfast Takes. We talk anything and everything North Carolina, South Carolina sports here. And it's funny you say that because I got up early. You already know, like I have a kid and she gets up early with me. So I actually ended up watching part of your team's match at Atletico Madrid.
Yep.
It was a good game.
Good game started early because when you texted me, I was like, "Did they play already?" Gosh,
they did. It was an early game, and so I was watching that. For me, Saturday. So I've been off for about a week now. I'm going into week number 2 that I've been off. And so Pele, good question though. Messi or Ronaldo?
So, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of either one, to be honest.
Tune in tonight at 8:30 for Break Even Sports. We can answer that question at that point. But on Saturday, the wife and I had to go to a wedding, one of our friends' wedding here, and we were up in Chapel Hill, and right in the heart of UNC. Beautiful. Your boy was dancing all night, even by himself. Didn't matter.
That is a nice campus.
Yeah, lots of Coronas was coming my way, and Ed was enjoying himself a little too much, but it's okay. It happened. Yep. Saturday, Sunday, we all woke up late. It was like, so it was great. But let me ask you this, on that, because it was late. All right, so we went to bed late and everything, and Darla asked me this very important question Sunday morning: what is going to be our hangover food? So, what is your hangover food? Because I know we usually have a couple of choices, but we went to Zaxby's yesterday, because she wanted some chicken strips. So I was like, you know what, that's fine. But usually I want a burger. That's my go-to for like hangover.
I don't know if I have anything specific. I would have to say probably the one thing I would probably always want if we've been out all night and it's crazy is like Waffle House.
Ooh,
Just go get like a grits bowl and a waffle or something like that, or like a breakfast sandwich because you need
I'm
that
with it.
bread, like a bacon, egg, and cheese on Texas toast and a
Yeah.
waffle, something like that.
Okay, I'm with that.
Yeah.
I'm with that. I'm with
And
that.
sometimes you just stop at 3 o'clock in the morning and try to head it off. It just depends on how you're going. So
That's true though. Like, I mean, a good bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich or something like that, or some good waffles. Man, they make some. Listen, Waffle House makes some really good waffles.
yes, they do.
Oh, godly. See what you're doing now. So, all right. So let's get into it. I don't know if you want to get into it, like, well, you know what? Let's do it, because I don't know if you saw part of the game. It was a great game.
So we listened to the game on the way to Charlotte, and since we were on the way up there for the Checkers game, and so we listened to the whole first half, and just as we're coming into Charlotte, it's right before halftime. We actually drove past Bank of America Stadium right at the beginning of halftime.
Nice.
So it was kind of cool to kind of drive by. I saw all the people out on the concourse getting their halftime beverages and stuff, things like that as we went by. Then we get to the Checkers, and they had the Stanley Cup there, and I was like, that's the one thing I wanted to do, is I want to go see the Stanley Cup, get a picture with it. And I thought we would take our own pictures. Now, they had a professional photographer for the team that would just to speed the line up. He didn't have to fumble with everybody's phones. Had the camera, the flash set up. They took the pictures, dumped them on the website, and all you had to do was go download them. So
really,
you didn't have to work. Yes, you didn't even have to do it. So we took a couple of little selfies as we were in line, but it was a long line. It was like Disney. Like we got in the doors an hour before the game, and it took us about 35 minutes to snake through the line, which was moving pretty good considering how many back and forths there were. It was like Space Mountain. But they had a huge TV screen set up in there with the Panthers game on. So as you're in the line, we're watching the second half, and which was crazy because, like I said, we drove past it at halftime, and by the time we got to where the TV screen was, it was like a minute left in the third quarter. So
interesting.
It was crazy. Although I say this, we got there and parked and sat for about 20 minutes or so before we even went inside. But so I did get to watch a little bit of that. I got to see them make the score to go up, or is it to go up 2020 or
to tie it up 20?
To tie it up 2020. That's what it was. I got to see them score and make it 2020.
Right.
So we get in and get our pictures with the cup and go get to our seats. And I'm like, I'm going to go grab a beer and some food real quick before the game starts. And I'm up at the normal beer stand I go to, and the guy's like, "Hey, how's it going?" Talking to him real quick, and a season ticket member kind of walks up and drops some candy on the counter for him. I guess it's like a thing he does for him. And he's like, "Hey," "Yeah, I'm not going to see you the rest of this or till next year again, because it's the last home game of the year." And he says, "Yeah, I left the Panthers game early to get over here." He's like, "It was 2020 when I left." And he's like, "Oh man, did they win yet or not?" And I was like, quickly pulled my phone out, and I'm like, "Ooh, it's 2:28 to go, and they're up 23-20. So yeah, hopefully we can hold on to win." And they did. So I kind of kept up with both, and I didn't see till later that we intercepted the ball to prevent them from going down and scoring.
So it's funny you say that, because I was watching the game and I was like, I was doing laundry. So I was like, I just sat down. I got to watch this last couple of minutes of the game here. Let me just find out what's going on. So what ended up happening to me is that I was like, you know what? And I'm a fan of Baker Mayfield now, like, and Tampa. Like I like them. They've been fighting all season, and so I was like, this is the time where Baker Mayfield is going to force a throw, and it's going to get intercepted. And listen, I don't know if I spoke it
Oh, you
into
could see it
reality.
coming? Yeah.
I saw it coming, man. I was like, this is the kind of place where, here we're like, they're doing really good, but Baker Mayfield, listen, as much as like he's been, he's done a really good job all year round, like this is the kind of time right here where they're going to be like interception coming. And
Yep.
sure enough, listen, there was a little bit of controversy with the whole Mike Evans there. Like, I don't know if he was like, he didn't turn or whatever. That's not for me to say, but it was like, I was like, oh, this is kind of, but yeah, threw it right away. And I'm like, there it is. I was like, and I threw my hand up in the air, like, yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? And you know me that I'm a Browns fan, but I'm like, since last season, I've been saying it's like, we got to keep an eye on the Carolina Panthers. And we've been talking about the Panthers for a while now. Since I'm here, obviously, I live here in the Raleigh area. So,
yeah,
man, they've done. I got to give it to Canales, man. He's done an absolute wonderful job. We're one game up now.
Yep.
And in the division, and you control the destiny now.
We're at that point. Don't screw it up now. So they got Seattle coming up, which is going to be a tough game, and then we've got to go to Tampa. And speaking of the Evans thing, I did see, this is where I read this morning after I heard about the interception. Baker said after the game, I was trying to find a lane to step through and make a throw to him. He thought I was going to scramble, which based on some of the scrambles earlier, you can't blame him. So apparently Mike Evans thought that he was getting ready to scramble out of that play. And that's Baker Mayfield. He's got a lot of Favre-esque play in him.
100%. God,
he's just not Favre. He's like a Timu Favre.
That's called Timu Favre. Ooh, he better not hear you. He better not hear you say that.
He makes a lot more of those mistakes than Favre did. Yeah. Although Favre had his share of picks when he was getting a little reckless and gunslinging, as it were. But
later in his career, Favre got a little bit too gunslingy,
a little bit too much. Yeah. He kind of ran with that a little bit. But the back to the Panthers. As we've said, we keep saying it over and over again. Bryce Young is like, Canales is doing a great job of managing Bryce, and Bryce is doing an okay job of managing the team. Yep. He has his moments where he just does something, and it's like, oh.
Agreed.
But in listening to the first half, he got stepped on and was going to go out, and I thought, oh, my gosh, I hope he's not. It's like sometimes I can't stand having him as quarterback, and then I'm like, oh, God, don't go out because we got to have him as a quarterback. So I do not want Andy Dalton in there.
That's exactly what it is. It's like, I do not want Andy Dalton nowhere near this team right now because he's not going to be. But let me answer this question really quick here. Well, this comment from Johnny Manziel. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh,
he
yeah.
was supposed to be the guest picker on College Game Day. What's up, everybody? Thank you for taking the time to listen, to watch this podcast. It is greatly appreciated. I am sorry that I'm interrupting the middle of your podcast, but it is for a very good reason. And the reason for that is because I wanted to let you know about a couple of shows that we have going on with the Data Chronicles. Every Tuesday and Thursdays from 8 p.m., 8 p.m. until whenever we're done, it is the DHC Sports Show. We talked about all things sports on there, okay? So from baseball, basketball, we do some football, all of that, right? Join Eric Prophet, join Virgil Brooks, Patrick Larson, and Donnie Weiss, of course, myself, right? Every Tuesday and Thursday, we talk about that. All right. Number 2, it is a newer show that we have going on. It's called Break Even Sports, and that's where we talk about the things that are not in the popular world, right? For FCS football, right? And NCAA football, the lower divisions, FCS, Division 2 and 3. We talk about some soccer. That's right. We do talk about soccer. And then we also talk about Formula One. I love Formula One and Indy race. So there you go. We get that. And then a brand new show that I wanted to tell you. It is regarding Monday mornings. And this is a very specific, very niche show. Okay. It is, it's called Breakfast Takes, in which myself and Donnie Weiss, we talk about all the sports going on in North and South Carolina and the Carolina. So it's called Breakfast Takes. Okay. So just wanted to let you know that there's these 3 shows. They're all live. You can also catch it on my YouTube channel as well as Instagram and wherever you get your podcasts. So thank you for listening. And now back to the episode.
Yeah, I saw that after the fact because I didn't even know who the guy was. I didn't watch game day except for the last little bit right at the end.
Yeah.
Because like I said, we were busy getting ready.
He's an NBA player.
Yeah, and I had no idea who he was, and I was like, that doesn't mean anything because they've had people at some of these schools. I don't even know
have
who
no
they
idea
are.
who they are. Yeah.
Or if I know the name, I just don't recognize them. And anyway, I didn't know that Johnny Manziel was supposed to have been there until I saw articles later about him partying too much in Miami and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, you know what? That's on you, ESPN. You knew what you were getting into with him.
Exactly what you're getting yourself into when you're trying to get Johnny Manziel. And then he was like, Johnny Manziel was like, I'm not making excuses. Nobody knows the full story. I'm like, dude, shut up.
Yeah. Yeah. If you say that, that's the excuse. Like, I'm not making any excuses. Everybody knows that's the excuse. If you say everybody knows what happened,
yeah,
that's the excuse. I mean, they have a plane for you. There's no reason not to get there. I don't care how much you party. You're like, dude, I got to be on this plane at X time and gone. And that's on you being stupid.
110%. Like
for something ridiculous too. I mean,
like, you're trying to make this comeback, right? Into the limelight, into, doing, in sports and everything. And, ESPN, listen, my, like ESPN, it has in a lot of faults right now. They don't know what the direction they're going in. They're pushing us, showing down our throats these bad shows, these bad, commentators such as Stephen A. Smith. But ESPN gave you an opportunity to put yourself on College Game Day of all things, right? College Game Day, and you go and then you don't show up.
Right.
At this point, no one is going to feel bad for you. No one cares. I sure don't. I'm a Browns fan, and I couldn't stand him when he was drafted. So I do not care. I have zero empathy for this dude. Zero.
Yeah, I mean, you're on a huge stage back at Texas A&M where you made a name for yourself to begin with.
Correct.
You're a hero there for these people. They're probably the only ones that still love you like they used to.
Because nobody else does.
No. You ain't getting that in Cleveland, I can tell you that.
No, not in Ohio.
Not even in not even in the state of Ohio. So, yeah, he's when I hear the name Johnny Manziel, it's just like, I mean, it's like, come on. I'm done with Johnny Manziel.
I was so over this whole like Johnny Manziel thing. You know what I mean? Like, no one wanted to. I did not want to hear about him. Like, once he was gone out of Cleveland, that chapter was closed. We were done. We were moving on.
Yeah.
Right.
Can you think of somebody in another sport that you feel the same way about that's polarizing like that you're disgustingly, like, not disgusting, but like just like, I don't even care what that person does. I don't want to hear what that person does.
I have one in football.
Who am I missing? I know you're going to say it and I'm going to be like, oh yeah.
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay. I don't think of you thinking of Aaron Rodgers like Johnny Manziel, but
no.
I get it. I get it.
In NBA or Major League Baseball, no, not really. No. Because, and even as much as Barry Bonds, like, I mean, you could tell Barry Bonds is by the way, he's super smart when it comes to baseball. One of the most smartest baseball players you'll ever meet. Yeah. He made a stupid mistake by injecting, steroids, right? But everybody else was doing it. You know what I mean? At this
point,
my
problem is there were no rules.
Yeah, no.
I don't. I mean, I get all the people that are the high and mighty. I'm not that. I mean, there's people in the Hall of Fame now that did crazy things.
Man, we got racists up in there. We got people who purposely, kept black players from playing. in the Hall of Fame. I'm with you there.
I mean, none of these guys that did steroids, in my opinion, they didn't break an actual rule because they didn't have any rules in place.
Yep.
They
Exactly.
might have done things that you're like, oh, that's against the, the morale code or whatever whatever you want to call it of baseball. But it's like, dude, everybody does it if it's not in the rules until you get caught.
Yep.
And several of these people, it's still just accusations. There's never been any actual evidence, no actual test to begin with. So, whatever that's worth, these guys were Hall of Famers, as far as I'm concerned, regardless of whether they did the stuff or not.
I was watching a TikTok last night, and I was going to send it to you about Greg Maddux and Barry Bonds talking about a specific time where they faced each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it was crazy to see how they're both on separate places. They're not. They don't know that they're talking about the specific at bat, right?
Right.
But they were both on the same level. I was like, "Yep, this is what's going to happen. This is the pitch that I was going to throw. This is what he was looking for. This is what I was looking for."
Yeah.
And it was so crazy to me to see Barry Bonds just like he can break down an at bat like no one else can.
Yeah.
Listen, I hope that someone gives him an opportunity to become a hitting instructor because he is that good.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know if he wants the rigors of a full season doing it, but if he does, I would. If I'm a team, I'm wholeheartedly bringing him in. I mean, if you're the Giants, there's no reason not to. I mean,
unless you want to completely separate yourself from all of that.
Yeah, but you haven't separated yourself. I mean, Eric and Patrick and I were there home opening day this past season, and they honor and Barry Bonds. So it's not like they've shied away from him or anything like that. So I'm like, just bring him back in. I mean,
yeah,
crazy.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
At this point, why not?
Right. And Phil's right. Major League Baseball, they turned a blind eye because increased viewership. I mean, chicks, dig the long ball, all that kind of stuff. It was all about the home runs. I mean, that's what's funny. The steroids era saved baseball, and baseball turned on the steroids era.
How crazy is that?
Yeah. I mean, McGuire, Sosa, Bonds, all those guys, if it weren't for them after the 94 strike.
Yep.
Baseball, who knows where baseball would have been.
Well, we're headed into another potential strike, right? Shutdown.
Or lockout, yeah.
A lockout, yeah. So, we're going to go see what happens. But you're right. Major League Baseball was fully embracing the steroid era. Or at the very least, they were like, I see nothing.
Yeah.
Right? I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, there's no cheating going on. There's no steroids going on.
Yeah.
Right. And yet you see Barry Bonds go from a skinny little dude to this massive behemoth of a man. Same with Mark McGuire and Jose Canseco and all of these other guys, Sammy Sosa. Like, these guys got legit massive.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that you didn't know? Come on now.
Yeah. Exactly.
If you believe that, I got some property to sell you in Antarctica. You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
Exactly. So yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if I have any other player.
I can't think of anybody for me off the top of my head, to be honest with you.
I'm sure that I could come up with somebody or a
couple
here and there.
But I don't think there's anybody whose name I hear and I'm just like, I just don't care what that guy's done. I really don't. Like, I have no desire to care about what that person's doing or done or going to do.
Oh God, who's the guy number 18 in NASCAR? M&M's.
Ryan Newman? No. It's not Newman.
Course, it escapes me right now.
It's one of the brothers.
Yeah. And I cannot.
It's been a while. I can't think of his name.
It's been a while, but I can't stand him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because he's just that big of an ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, but other than that, honestly, like I said, I think it's football. That's the one that's is so polarizing that you have these players that you're like, dude, just go away.
Yeah.
Like, no one cares about you.
Right.
right? And now he has his own podcast, and he, you know, what I mean, Johnny Manziel, meaning,
Yeah.
and all of this stuff, and I'm like, dude, like, go away,
Yeah. Exactly.
just go away. Barstool, uh,
Portnoy, maybe. Yeah.
Portnoy, yeah, like, okay, congratulations, but like, dude, you have become such an asshole.
Yeah.
Or you were always an asshole, and then it's just now everybody is seeing it for, you know, for the whole world to see now. I don't care about him at all.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like in other sports, no, I think sports media people, yeah, there's some people that you're like, you can go away. We're okay
Right.
with you just not coming back ever again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care for Stephen A. There's times where there's some of his opinion and some of his talking
Ooh,
points where I could, um, but yeah, Stephen A. is not one of my favorite. But there's some others. I'm like, God, I'm just tired of that dude.
oh,
I'm
so over
like
it. Yeah.
like Skip Bayless or at times Paul Feinbaum. But
See, I lost a whole lot of respect for Paul Feinbaum like a long time ago because he's all SEC no matter what is SEC, SEC, SEC. Like he's so blinded to like other
yeah,
conferences and other
and he's
teams.
wishy washy with his opinions too.
Yeah, exactly. And so I was like, whatever. You know, I don't know. I don't know if I have an unpopular athlete out there that I just don't like. Uh there was Albert Bell was one of them was like polarizing. No one liked them outside of Cleveland. But man, was he a good player.
Yeah,
Yeah, see, I don't know. Pat McAfee I still like, but he needs to be
yeah.
careful because he can go
Um,
down that road.
I can't think of anybody. I mean, I was always a fan of Pete Rose, even though he was a pariah too. But I always thought, man, Pete Rose, I didn't see. I mean, I see the gambling thing, but in this day and age, and even back then, I just didn't see the gambling issue for at least for what it said he did, uh, being that big a deal. I mean,
I
I honestly don't think he ever did anything to purposely change a game for a bet that he placed.
mm,
I may be wrong on that. That's my personal opinion is that
yeah,
I think he just bet on his team and I don't think he made any specific moves that jeopardized his team's chance of winning so that he won a bet. I
right.
think he was just a horrible gambler with a horrible problem
And he
and
got,
and yeah, but I always loved Pete Rose.
yeah. I Pete Rose. My issue with Pete Rose is just he was a bad human. That's
After the fact,
yeah. He
I
was a
don't
bad,
like Pete Rose after the fact.
yeah.
Like from the time that he just own up to it, dude. That's the thing. When him and Bart Giamatti got into it, that part of Pete Rose I didn't like. I will say that.
Yeah.
But as far as a player and what he did on the field, I had no problem with that. I thought it's just like the Barry Bonds and all these other guys. Like I said, they're Hall of Famers. He should have been in the Hall of Fame. I do wish he would have just said, you know what? Yeah, I bet on baseball and it is what it is. And the world would have moved on and eventually he would have got in the Hall of Fame. It'd been like,
I think
hey,
yeah. If he would have, you know, if he would have like right
he,
away would have
he,
been like, hey man, I'm sorry, I fucked up. I made a mistake.
yeah.
That's my problem. I'm sorry. Blah 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 blah. I think people would have felt differently.
Yeah. All you got to do is just say what you said after the fact is that I never bet on the Reds to lose. I always bet on them to win. I placed bets on the Reds because I wanted my team to win and I bet on us to win all the time. I mean, just own what you did.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's always the cover up is always worse than the crime in every case. It doesn't matter what it is. You try to hide it, you try to cover it up, and it's worse than just
Yep.
I screwed up
Yep. A
because that's
110%.
just the way the world is. People make dumb mistakes in life all the time and just move on.
Really
And
good question, though, Phil. I really appreciate that. That's a good question.
that's one that we need to ask the guys
Yeah, you know,
tomorrow
let's
night
bring that up. Yeah.
on the DHC Sports Show Tuesday night. Yeah.
So if you can remember, if we don't remember, Phil, bring this up again. Is there an unpopular athlete that that you like? I've come around on Barry Bonds a little bit. just because he was such a smart player. Like, like, listen, you're literally talking about hitting a round ball with a round bat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no, you have one vote in the Hall of Fame: Barry Bonds, Pete Rose, or Shoeless Joe Jackson. I gotta go with Shoeless at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
Was that
he's a South Carolina guy, so yeah, I think I would have to vote for him over the others at this point.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I got to go with Shoeless. But a close second, it will be Barry Bonds for me.
Yeah, I would go Shoeless, Barry, Pete. Yeah.
Again, another good question from you, Phil, today. And you're
Phil's
like,
on fire, and he's not even teaching.
that was just going to say that. I was like, dude, you're supposed to be sleeping right now.
You should be sleeping. His mind is in teach mode. He's like, we're his students, and he's gonna school us today. So
I know, what the hell, Phil.
He can't turn it off.
Wants a teacher.
By the way, Phil won a contest with SEC shorts. You've seen the videos the SEC shorts guys do.
Yeah.
He won a contest with them and got a sweet T-shirt with Hope on the front of it. I love that T-shirt, Phil. That was a fantastic T-shirt.
Congrats, dude.
Yeah.
All right, I think we wasted enough time not talking about the Carolina Panthers because you got to
exactly.
By the way, did you see, of course? Go ahead.
I was going to say earlier when we were talking about, before we got off on this stuff, and when I was talking about watching the game on the TV in the line, the one thing that popped up on the screen while I was in the line after they scored that touchdown was once again talking about the number of game-winning drives Bryce Young's had this year. He had 5 this year. He's had 11 overall before that. That one, I guess, if that counts as a drive to win, it really was to tie the game. But anyway, I'm like, oh my gosh, the media jinx. They always have to put stuff up there.
Dude, every time
I was like, as soon as I saw that, I thought, oh God, we're going to lose the game. And that's crazy to think that they're just putting a stat on there. But when they do that, it always in my mind jinxes us. And so that was what I was concerned about. So I'm glad we overcame the jinx.
Yeah. And by the way, they wore the all black uniforms with the black helmet. How amazing did that look?
That was awesome. There's 2 combinations. I wish they would use the all black occasionally, but I wish they would use the black jersey, black helmet, and the blue pants.
Or even, another one that I would like for them to bring back and get rid of the silver helmet, the teal blue, the Carolina blue.
Oh yeah,
helmet.
Yeah.
Whew,
that would be awesome. Yeah, the silver needs to just go away. They need to have the black helmet all the time and do a variation with the blue helmet and just, maybe the silver helmet on a throwback, kind of like the Seahawks do their throwback.
Or even but
the Panthers don't have a history of more than 20-something years, so
yeah, so just get rid of it.
Or 30 years, 30 years.
Yeah, get rid of it. Get rid of it. No one likes it at this point. No one likes it. So, I'm going to give you a couple of numbers here, because actually, based on the whole game, Bryce Young actually had a much better game than Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield was 18 for 26, 145 yards. He averaged 5.6. He had 1 touchdown and 1 interception. He was sacked twice, and his QBR was 60. Right, so he was like his rating was 79.8.
Yep.
But then you move to Bryce Young, right? And you and me, we've been very critical of Bryce Young since we started this show. Yep. But he went 21 for 32, 191 yards. He averaged 6 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. And we've been talking about this. Like, if he could control the interceptions, the turnovers, Bryce Young could be a really good quarterback. He did get sacked twice, but his rating was 102.5. So it won't be by I wanted by being first on the post a picture of myself dressed as the Vandy Pimp. It was a version I wore for Spirit Week at my school. Nice.
Nice, Phil. The fact that Phil wore that and it paid off in a post for something totally different, that's amazing. That's karma right there.
There it is. Exactly. And so,
Bryce Young, as long as he doesn't do the things that hurt you and controlling the interceptions and the fumbles,
correct.
and not making the turnovers. Those are the three things. If he can control those three things,
Correct.
they're going to do okay. He still hasn't won me over as far as a quarterback that's going to win you games when he has to win you a game.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if he can do that still. Because we'll see how the Seattle game goes, because that's going to be a tough game.
Seattle needs to win it, right? Like, I mean, they're first in their division.
Yep.
Beating on Thursday, it was a good game. By the way, I should have stayed up with you guys, but I was so tired. When they were playing the Rams, it was
Yep.
such a good game. I saw the ending later on. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
That was a hell of a game right there. Definitely. Yep. I mean, Sam Darnold he did it last year in Minnesota, and he's doing it again. And right now they're coming down to the end, which is what got him out of Minnesota. The last couple of games of the season last year, he did not perform, and Minnesota moved on. And so let's see if he can. I mean, hopefully next week he can have a bad game. We'll see.
And listen, if you're looking at it right now, it's very interesting, right?
And well, yeah, and that picture we talked about last week with Baker and Sam Darnold in Panthers uniforms, they were both on the Panthers at the same time, and here we are, we're playing Baker. We played Baker, we got Sam Darnold next week, and we got Baker again. So we're playing those two quarterbacks 3 weeks in a row, and they're both former Panthers. They were kind of on a rehabilitating my career phase in Carolina.
Oh God, yeah, exactly. So, and I'm looking at the standings right now in the NFC, obviously because this is what concerns us right now with the big on the show. But you got Seattle; they're the number 1 seed right now. Then you got the Chicago Bears, number 2, the Philadelphia Eagles, number 4 is the Carolina Panthers, which, by the way, they have not clinched because obviously they're so close with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right?
Right.
Then you have at number 5, the Los Angeles Rams, which they've already clinched this playoff spot. The San Francisco 49ers clinched a playoff spot yesterday. Okay.
Right.
Then at number 7 is the Green Bay Packers. Number 8, the Detroit Lions. Number 9 is Minnesota. They've been eliminated, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are not technically eliminated because of that they're so close with the Carolina Panthers. So, like, whoever wins that division goes, the other one goes home.
Yep.
So,
yeah. Oh, and one other thing about the Panthers game yesterday, shout out to Rico Dowdle, second year in a row, 1,000 yards rushing.
Yeah.
Again, listening to it on the radio, it was driving me nuts because he got to within a half yard of the record. And then for the next, 2 series, they didn't even use him. I'm like, why are y'all not running him? They brought Hubbard in.
Yep.
And then when they finally gave him the ball, he lost 1.5 yards. So they went from a half yard needed to 2 yards needed. But I was like, he's going to get it at some point. I don't know if they were waiting and maybe trying to get in a touchdown situation so he could score a touchdown by eclipsing the yardage mark. But either way, Rico Dowdle, 2 seasons in a row over 1,000 yards rushing. So,
and obviously, I think we've seen this with a lot of teams right now. The NFL teams are doing running by committee.
Yeah.
Running by committee. So if you look at it, so you got Rico Dowdle, then you got Chuba Hubbard, who he was actually, Rico Dowdle had 29 yards rushing. Chuba Hubbard had 27. And even Jimmy Horn Jr. had 25. Bryce Young, 20.
Most of Jimmy Horn's came on one it was one play. He had that one carry for 25 yards because that was early in the game. He did a sweep or something. Yep.
So then
they didn't get a lot of yards. That's the thing. They didn't run the ball, and that was the thing early in the season that was sustaining them, was that they were running the ball and getting, Rico was getting 100-yard games left and right for a while. But shout out to Bryce and the receiving crew. They've slowly developed this year. Coker and McMillan.
Oh my God.
I mean, I knew McMillan was going to be a guy. Coker has come around. The tight ends are kind of like one of them will have a good game, the other will have a good game, but they've got 2 good tight ends to me. Leggette's kind of has his moment here and there. So yeah, I think they're developing their 1 and 2 guys right now. Definitely. They need a third guy.
They do. I think they're good at running back. They got really two good running backs.
Yep.
If you go over to the Tampa side, right, Bucky Irving was their horse. That
Yep.
19 carries, 71 yards. His longest was 12 yards, right? But then the number two person there was Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
And Baker Mayfield did most of those in the second half.
Yeah.
In the second half, he was the one who was like, it was either I rush or we get turnover, so I gotta go. And he did some. I was like, listen, this dude. There was one play where he was like untouched for like 20 yards. The longest one was 26 yards. That's the one at the end in the fourth quarter. And I'm like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Like, we're about to lose this game if you guys don't stop Baker Mayfield.
Yep.
But again, right after that, it was like right there, interception. So, and then you got Rashad White, who did 5 carries for 45 yards. Longest was 39 yards. So, like, again, they did the little things as well. And Buka, my God, is he good?
Oh yeah, yeah. He's a solid guy for receiver there. He's going to kind of take over eventually the mantle from Mike Evans.
He will. I think he would be like, Chris Godwin did good, Mike Evans. So they have really good receivers. Either way, these were two good teams yesterday. It was one of the best matchups all Sunday. So it was pretty good. But Rico Dowdle, congratulations to him. And this game, it was good.
Yep.
It was really good. I was very happy. I'm looking at here just to make sure that I'm covering everything here for. There was only one interception this whole game. Only one, and it was at the end.
Yeah, that one to end it. Yeah.
Yep. Carolina punt returns. It was like Trevor Etienne. He had three of them for 33 yards. Carolina Ryan Fitzgerald 3 for 3. His longest was a 48-yarder. Chase McClogging 2 for 2. His longest was a 50-yarder, and I saw that one. I'm like, Lord Jesus, this dude. And he could have kicked it for even longer than that.
Right.
So, yeah. I mean, all around was a solid game by the Carolina Panthers. Super solid. Very happy. I think it was you and me were the only ones that had them winning.
Yeah.
Out of all the guys at the DHC Sports Show.
Yep. I didn't do well in the other games, but I did good in this one. So.
Yeah, I was happy with this one. Like, I mean, yeah, the other ones we didn't do so good.
That's right.
If and you're looking at the right now the AFC, it's interesting because in the NFC, most of the spots are already taken. But if you go look at the AFC, only 2 spots have been clinched, which is very interesting. Kansas City being one of the ones that have been eliminated. So very interesting that not a lot of teams have clinched. You're muted, my friend.
Sorry, did I see our text correctly that Minshew tore his ACL yesterday?
Yep.
So back-to-back weeks, Kansas City's lost a quarterback to a torn ACL. Not good.
Yeah, not good for Kansas City. Kansas City has had like the normal season that any other NFL team that's not good. Yeah. Welcome to the Cleveland Browns, Kansas City.
Exactly.
Which Judkins, which was the only really like good offensive player, the running back for Cleveland, broken leg. I saw that. I saw a picture. That leg went from this to like that. Like it was. Yeah, you could tell it was done. So it's a knee injury and a broken leg. So he's done for the year. Like obviously 2 games left. That's it. It was a good game for Cleveland. I'll say that.
Yeah.
It was a good game. They kept it close. I mean, obviously at the end they didn't have enough firepower to keep up with Buffalo, but they made it interesting. It's interesting if you see right now, if you go on ESPN, guys, there's this thing called the NFL playoff picture projections, right? And you look at the NFC, the Panthers have a 45% chance of winning the division. Okay. They're still giving the Buccaneers a 54% chance.
I guess because they have the home game, last game of the season, so they're giving
Correct.
them the edge.
And the Panthers have the
Seahawks.
Seattle Seahawks coming in.
Yeah.
So there it is. But
Yeah,
if
I'm
you
not
look
sure
at,
who Tampa's got in their or next to last game. Let's
yeah, I
see.
got to take a look at that,
Dolphins. So they've got the Dolphins. So if the Dolphins can bounce back from their
which
loss,
they won't.
they won't. But if something crazy could happen and the Dolphins
You're
could
right.
beat Tampa, that would help a lot. So we'll see.
Yeah. So, but if you look at down into the AFC, so you got the Broncos 1, no, Patriots 2, Jaguars 3, Steelers 4, Bills at 5, Chargers at 6, and then the Texans at 7. And then you have the Colts and the Ravens with 7% chance of making the playoff. It's great to see the Ravens not make it. It's amazing. Makes me feel good.
Yep.
So, you know what? I think we've been talking about this for a while now, and let me know how you feel about this. But it feels good to finally have different teams make the playoffs, right? You know, like it's no longer the same ones over and over and over again, because you got, right at the top of the AFC, you got the Broncos and the Patriots, right?
Yeah.
Then in the NFC, you got the Seahawks, the Bears, right? Even the Eagles, who won the Super Bowl last year, are not even the top seed. The Eagles are. The Eagles are not. I mean, the Seahawks are.
Right. Yeah, I mean it's good. I mean we got Patriots fatigue for so many years with Belichick and Brady, but this is a different Patriots team. This is
100%.
Hey, I want to see what this Patriots team can do, because I like Vrabel. I've always liked him.
Yeah.
And Drake May is playing solid. And again, another team that went with the white helmets last night instead of the silver, and those are so much better. So much, like, get rid of the silver helmets. I know we keep beating a dead horse with
we
this.
beat the dead horse.
Silver's got to go. So Denver being in there. I mean, Jacksonville back in the playoff picture. Pittsburgh's up there. I don't know what Pittsburgh got. Houston came out of nowhere. I mean, they were like left for dead the first few weeks of the season, and they've come back. I mean, this is Buffalo's window without the Chiefs being there. I just don't know if Buffalo is going to have it this year. I mean, I don't know what to make of them. I have Josh Allen on my fantasy team. Dude only got me like 6 points yesterday. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
Hit. He got hit and was limping pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the Bills they're not the Bills of the last few years right now.
Nope.
So
they're a very beatable team.
Yeah.
I am so intrigued by what's going to happen right now. And it's funny because the AFC, if I go back to the AFC, the number 1 seed hasn't been decided yet.
Right.
The Patriots have a 39% chance of winning that number 1 seed, and then the Broncos have a 36% chance. The Seahawks have a 45% chance of winning the number 1 seed, and the Bears have a 12%. So, which is interesting, right? And they make the players is 100%, right? But they give the division for the Seahawks a 49% chance of winning the division, which is interesting.
Well, the Bears have the Niners and the Lions left, and the Seahawks have the Panthers and the Niners. So both of them still have to play San Francisco back-to-back weeks. So that could determine that could settle things there.
Yep.
And then just a matter of whether Seattle beats Carolina or they look ahead to that game. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully,
the Panthers win.
Seahawks are traveling east. You know my West Coast, East Coast travel thing for 1 o'clock games.
I know.
The odds are in the Panthers' favor for whatever reason that is, but it's not always the case. But
no,
it's a thing.
not. But listen, if you have, and weirder things have happened, right?
Yeah.
But let's say that you beat the Carolina Panthers beat the Seahawks. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Game over.
Yeah.
They win the division. and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going home.
Yep.
It's oh my god, it's so wild to think of Carolina Panthers playoff.
Yep. I kind of wish I could get tickets to that game now next week.
So, oh yeah, well, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I might have to look and see next Sunday if I can find a last minute ticket or something. I don't know. Rhonda's probably like, I'm not going to go.
Yeah, that's not.
She's like, if you can find somebody to go with you, you can go.
Have at it.
So we'll see. I mean, what you doing at 1:00 next Sunday?
I don't think I'm doing anything, so we'll see. Let me know.
Let's keep an eye on that this week. If we can find some cheap seats or something, I mean, I don't care where we sit, to be honest with you. But
nosebleed, yeah,
we'll go up in the nosebleed, and we'll have a great report the following Monday, hopefully.
Following Monday, yeah. So let's talk about. I want to talk about really quick here because obviously this is going to be at the end of the year, right? You have those that are making the playoffs, and then you have those who are setting themselves up for what it is their Super Bowl, which is the NFL draft.
Yep.
And so right now, if you were to look at this, the number one projected draft pick will go to the Las Vegas Raiders. Look at me finally saying Vegas instead of Oakland.
Exactly.
The Las Vegas Raiders got number one. Number two is my Cleveland Browns. Number three, the New York Giants. Number four, the New York Jets. And then number five, the Arizona Cardinals.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. With 2 games left, the Raiders have a 43% chance of getting the number one pick, and the Cleveland Browns have a 22% chance. Who out of those teams need a quarterback?
Well, I think Arizona needs one. I think Cleveland needs a quarterback. I mean,
you think so?
I think so. I don't.
You're not a Shador fans?
I don't think he's a viable long-term solution. I think he's I don't know yet. We'll see. He could develop into one. To me, he's a little bit like your Bryce Young. I'm not sure about him yet. I need to see more, and I need him to do some things that he hasn't done yet. I saw you give me the bird there. Look at you.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was just. I apologize.
I'm just messing with you. You're like, screw you.
No.
But
the only quarterback that I will say would be a good quarterback this year is the Indiana quarterback, Mendoza.
Yeah, Mendoza. Yeah.
But I'm not impressed with any other quarterback.
Well, the Raiders have to have a quarterback, so they've got the first pick. If they don't take him, they're stupid.
They're an idiot. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's almost to me a foregone
conclusion
is that he's going to go to the Raiders. If they have the first pick, there is no reason to give up that pick. There's no reason not to take him as your quarterback.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I don't know if Pete Carroll's going to be able to do anything with that unless he makes some major changes on his staff. But they've also got to get an offensive line that can protect him.
I was just going to say, I think they're going to go number one. They're going to go with quarterback no matter what. I think it is going to be Mendoza. In my opinion, I think he'll be the number one pick. And after that, you got the Cardinals who need a quarterback.
Yep.
The Titans don't need one. Nope. Commanders don't need one.
Nope.
Saints maybe, but I think they're good there.
I think Shuck's going to be a decent guy for right now. I'm okay on him.
Yeah. The Dolphins sure as hell they need one.
Yeah, Tua's got it. I mean, Tua's not going to be gone. He's going to cost them too much. But I think right now it was a chance to just like, you know what, sit you down. Let's see what we got in Ewers, and maybe wake him up a little bit. But I think they're just already preparing for next season to kind of see what they've got. I think they're looking to see if they need to draft somebody else or if Ewers can become the guy.
They said that if they were to keep Tua, it's a $99 million hit. If
they get rid of him?
No, if they keep him.
Oh, if they keep him.
Yeah. And I think it was less if they get rid of him, but it was still a pretty substantial hit on
I think it's a less hit if they wait till after June to release
correct.
him. Yeah. If they release him before June 1st, that's a big hit.
That's a
I
big
thought.
hit.
Yeah.
They need the Dolphins need a quarterback.
Yeah.
They need a quarterback. The Bengals don't need a quarterback, but they need a lot of help with offensive line, like hardcore.
Well, Tua is not the same quarterback. I saw something online the other day about, they showed him early a few years ago the way he was running away from people when he would turn the corner.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the legs and he doesn't have the arm anymore. And I don't know if it's related to his concussion issues or what it's related to, but he is not the same player he was 2 years ago. And he wasn't a great player then.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I
know what it is. I sent you something on TikTok. I don't know if you've even looked at it, but when you get a chance after the show, look at that. I sent you it's 2 video clips about the state of quarterbacks in the NFL the last few years overall. And this guy's take is pretty spot on. I don't know if I agree with his premise as to why it is, but anyway, it's data. So it is what it is. So
interesting.
Yep.
Yeah. If Tua wants to stay in the league, he'll become a backup.
Yeah.
He's not. Sure. He's done as a starter.
Yep.
For so long, I was like, no, let's give him a shot. Let's give him a shot. Let's give him a shot. He's going to develop. Nope, done.
Yep,
I'm done. And by the way, and again, and this is for my own thing, but I apologize, and we'll get back to Carolina here in a second. But they were saying that Andrew Berry's going to come back as the GM of the Cleveland Browns. He needs to go away. It needs to go away yesterday. He has done an absolutely horrible job at drafting players.
Yeah.
He cannot draft players.
And Cleveland has a bad history of management that can't draft. They've always had so many draft picks, and they've also wasted so many draft picks.
Correct.
I mean, for 20 years, you would think they could have built a juggernaut there, and they've just mismanaged every bit of that for 20 years. And I know you know what I'm talking about.
You would think.
I mean, they made a movie about the draft, and Cleveland was the subject of that and how bad.
It was going to be between the teams that they were looking at. I remember when they were doing this movie, it was between the Cleveland Browns and I think it was Buffalo at this time that they were choosing between those two teams. So,
I mean, think about that. An NFL movie about bad draft featured Cleveland, and one of the greatest baseball movies of all time featured the Indians and what they had to do. And if there would have been an NBA movie about something bad before 2016, it would have probably been the Cavaliers. It's like everybody's picking on Cleveland in their movies.
Deservingly so, man. Deservingly so. So there's nothing we can say about that one. So, okay.
I wanted to touch real quick on the Checkers game yesterday. Just because I was there. I mean, they split the weekend series with Springfield. But yeah, yesterday they had the Stanley Cup from the Florida Panthers on site. So I was happy to get there and see that, get pictures with the Stanley Cup. Checkers almost won the Calder Cup last year. They were so freaking close.
Yeah.
But this game was crazy. It was like a back and forth game. It was 1-0, 1-1. Then we went down 2-1. Then we tied it 2-2. We went up 3-2. We were up 3-2. Right. I mean, and there was a referee. I know we talk about referees and how bad referees are. This dude in the first period, early in the game, he was right there in front of us, could not get out of the way. I don't know. I don't know if he was a rookie ref. I don't know what his situation was, but he was horrible. So he gets down in the corner. He gets knocked down. The players are down there, and they just like laid him out. And then he got in the way in the corner several times when they're fighting for the puck. And it's like, get out the freaking way, dude. Late in the third period, we're up 3-2. They pulled the goalie. We flicked one down to the other end of the ice.
Mm-hmm.
He called icing before it crossed the line. We had two guys chasing the puck down. One guy was going to catch it with his stick before it hit the icing line and flick it back to the other guy for a 4-2 win or 4-2 score. He called icing before he got before the puck got to the line, and everybody lost their mind. The other two referees came over, had a convo with him. You could tell he was wrong, and you could tell they were telling him he was wrong, but they couldn't change it for whatever reason. So that set up a chance for them in the last few minutes to tie the game, which they did in the last few seconds of the regulation, went to overtime. And luckily, I mean, it was a good back and forth overtime. And I love overtime because it's 3-on-3.
3-on-3.
Yeah.
Sudden death.
And with 16.7 seconds left, our guy, Grayson Salchin, he flicked one in over the right shoulder of the goalie to win the game. And it was just electric to see something like that happen.
Phil. I get it, Phil. I get it.
You're not wrong, Phil.
You're not wrong.
So anyway, it's a super exciting game yesterday. So yeah, I was in Charlotte, and the Panthers won and the Checkers won. So that was a good day in Charlotte yesterday.
It was a good day. And also, if you go up a little bit more, up to the Raleigh area, you got the Gasparilla Bowl, in which NC State beat Memphis 31-7. All of the points, every single one of the points were scored in the first half. Second half, no score. Just so you guys know, NC State still came out on top and won that, but just want you guys to know that happened.
Unlike another bowl game, or actually another playoff game that was 0-0 at the half.
0-0 at the half, Miami and Texas A&M.
Yeah, we'll get into that Tuesday night.
So. Yeah, stay tuned for that because it was interesting. FCS was good. Yep. FCS was good, so...
And you were talking about before we came on about your Hurricanes.
Yep.
They won back on Wednesday, not so much Friday and Saturday.
Nope. So, nope, they did not.
My Florida Panthers in a shootout 4-3 on Friday night, and then Tampa on Saturday. And they were up. They were
both of them.
They were up 3-0 in the Tampa game. Like I said to you beforehand, Chris Storm was texting me. He and Julie were at that game, and he was distraught when it was 3-0. And then he kept texting pictures. We're coming back, smiley emojis and all kinds of stuff. I was like, dang.
I kept watching on the ESPN app, and I'm like, there it goes. I'm like, yep, and lost. It's so frustrating. I don't know what's going on with them this year.
I mean, they're still in first place right now.
They are.
They've got a good lead. Of course, my Panthers, Florida Panthers, they ended up losing the next night, or yesterday, I should say. Or no, excuse me. They lost Saturday. That was Tampa. They lost to St. Louis on Saturday. So they're not having a great run. But yeah, the Hurricanes still have a 4-point lead. That division, the Metropolitan Division, I mean, it's all the way down to the Rangers is only 7-point difference there, 8 points to the Penguins. I mean, it's a tight division. I mean, the Atlantic Division's even tighter. It's within 5 points of all but 2 teams in that division. So the whole Eastern Conference is
very competitive
right now. I mean, and Tampa's got a +19 differential right now. They're the only ones in the Atlantic Division. Actually, they're only one of 2 teams in the Atlantic Division with a plus differential. Whereas the Hurricanes, Caps, both have +18s. And Springfield yesterday against the Checkers, that's the Capitals AHL team. So there were a lot of Capitals fans in Charlotte for that game.
And by the way, shout out to the Anaheim Ducks. They're first in their Pacific Division, right? That's Patrick's favorite team, the Anaheim Ducks, and MIB had history. Make sure you guys are following him. But yeah, I was like, okay, all right, look at them.
And right behind them, Vegas Golden Knights.
Yep. There's some interesting ones here. So
I don't know. Is that Val's team, or is it just? That's her team.
Yeah, she lives there.
She lives there, so she kind of pulls for them, I guess.
Correct, yeah.
I thought maybe she could be a Dallas Stars fan since she's from Texas, but I don't know. I think she's a Knights fan since she lives there.
Exactly. You unfortunately are a Panthers fan.
Panthers are, they're middling right now.
They're
Hopefully
in the
they
middle
can
of
get some stuff together and make a run here
It's
in
still early on, so I'm
It's
not too
still very
worried.
early.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the Carolina Hurricanes. I think they're going to pull it off eventually. Dude, stop losing these games that you're already ahead. Like you're doing a horrible job. So just please get your shit together.
Exactly.
Please.
Yeah.
So,
And then lastly, the Hornets, they lost Saturday to Detroit. Bad, 112-86. They couldn't even get 100 points. But they had a pretty good game on Thursday, I think it was. Wednesday or Thursday. Let's say Thursday, I think it was.
They're not a good team.
Yeah, they're not a good team at all. No.
They're 9-19, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, Phil going to a Swamp Rabbits game.
Okay.
All right. Enjoy that.
Yeah, Thursday they beat Atlanta 133-126. I got to get up to Swamp Rabbits game. I want to go to Greenville for their game. I want to go to I need to get to a Stingrays game in Charleston at some point. I think they're playing against the Ghost Pirates, which is our other team, our ECHL affiliate of the Florida Panthers and Checkers.
Nice.
So I want to get to that, and then at some point I've got to get up to Greensboro to a Gargoyles game.
That's right, the Gargoyles.
Because they're right up in your area. I want to go check them out. They're actually owned by the same group that owns the Checkers, even though they're not affiliated with our family of teams.
Yeah, they're just an independent.
Well, no, they're affiliated. They're just affiliated with a different team.
Different team.
They're just not part of the Florida Panthers line of teams.
All right, no big deal.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Make sure that you guys tune in tonight, 8:30. We are going to be talking about the English Premier League, the Liga. I want to touch on what's going on with the UFL. There's some crazy things going on with the UFL. I don't know if you've seen some of the news that came out of there.
A little bit. I was a little surprised when I saw that that Skip Holtz stepped down from Birmingham and AJ McCarron took over as coach. And I don't know if something's going on with Birmingham as a team or between the league and the team. It's like it seems like there's something there. I just don't know what it is because they've been on a run. And I don't know if it's just these guys are like burned out or what, or it's because the league's changing. They're like, I'm out.
Well, and just to touch on this, because they are doing a major league-wide redraft. So they're taking all those players back again and they're redrafting. There's some new coaches in new places, new GMs. So it is all, what's up, Mike? I know I saw it. Yeah, you're the referees bail you guys out. Don't worry. It's okay.
I texted him what you texted me, Mike, just so you know.
Hey, listen, it was a good game. It was a good game by both the Steelers and the Lions. It was a back and forth. I had the Lions winning, but listen, it is what it is. You can't commit an offensive pass interference right there in the end zone. I thought that they should have at least replayed the down. I don't know why they couldn't replay the down, but whatever. Phil says they thought about going to the Carolina Hurricanes game until I saw the ticket prices. You're right. Don't do that.
Hey, come to Charlotte, Phil. Go to a Checkers game. Much better prices, and to me, it's close as you're going to get to NHL for a good price.
There you go. So, all right, guys. So again, we'll be back on Monday. At this point, I'm trying to put it out into the universe that the Carolina Panthers are going to win the division by beating the Seattle Seahawks. That's my hope into that, but we'll see how that goes. We will see you guys Monday at 6 a.m. Make sure you guys are following each and every single one of us on all the socials and hit the subscribe button on YouTube.
And we'll have a recap of the Clemson game, which is coming up on Saturday this week.
That's right. A bowl game. There you go. All right, guys. Have a wonderful night. Well, actually, wonderful day.
And we'll see y'all tonight on Break Even.
That's right. Bye.
This podcast is part of the Curved Brim Media Network. Here are some of the other members of Curved Brim Media.
Hi, this is Kelly Robinson, the Minor League Nerd. My YouTube channel explores the history of minor league baseball teams. More than just stats, we delve into team lineage, sharing stories from current franchises to obscure one-year wonders.
I'm Paul Caputo, and on the Baseball by Design podcast, I talk to minor league baseball teams, designers, and other super interesting people about what these minor league baseball logos mean, and I talk a little bit about ice cream helmets.
What's up, Bucketheads? I'm Anna DiTomaso, and each week on the Baseball Bucket List podcast, I speak with a different fan about their favorite baseball memories, what the game means to them, and what's left to check off on their baseball bucket list.
Hey everyone, it's Eric from the great state of Kansas.
This is Johnny from the New Orleans Baby Cakes Memorial Museum.
And we are the Earn Fun Average podcast,
where we talk to a variety of guests about their love of baseball and have fun doing it.
America, lower your standards.
Average is what we do best.
This is Patrick
and Corey
of BaseballMapper.com, and we have made an interactive map to help highlight all baseball teams from the majors down to collegiate summer leagues.
We want to bring you closer to baseball. So get on the site and find a team near you today.
Hey guys, this is Patrick Larson from the Minor League Baseball Hat History Series. And in every episode, I go through the history of minor league teams through my personal collection of hats. You can find me on Twitter at @PatLarson1. I hope you guys enjoy.
Learn more about Curve Brim Media at curvebremmedia.com.